This kitchen, open concept, complete with a modern art gallery, and the master bath, masterpiece. A home gym! Smells looking good, Steve. But the only problem?
Who are you?
I don't live here, because the real estate agent never showed us this place.
Maximus Rose is a third-party brokerage that goes beyond coordinating benefits with insurance companies. We're an extension of your HR team. Maximus Rose provides consulting services and handles employee benefits on behalf of companies of all sizes. We provide a sustainable benefits program while utilizing our partnerships with leading companies in benefits solutions to provide employers and employees the customizable benefits they need. For more information about Maximus Rose, visit us online at www.maximusrose.com.
Physical activity, including athletics and organized sports, plays an important role in the lives and education of students. As well, it contributes to their positive health and well-being while also providing a source of enjoyment and entertainment. To enhance the opportunities for families to view their children engaging in athletic activity, the ADSB has partnered up with SiouxSports.com to stream secondary football, basketball, volleyball, and hockey games as a pilot for the 2022-2023 season. Head over to SiouxSports.com to see what games we are streaming next and to support and encourage your child's engagement in physical activity.
Jay, tell them the news.
This kitchen, open concept, complete with a modern art gallery, and the master bath, masterpiece. A home gym! Smells looking good, Steve. But the only problem?
Who are you?
I don't live here, because the real estate agent never showed us this place.
Maximus Rose is a third-party brokerage that goes beyond coordinating benefits with insurance companies. We're an extension of your HR team. Maximus Rose provides consulting services and handles employee benefits on behalf of companies of all sizes. We provide a sustainable benefits program while utilizing our partnerships with leading companies in benefits solutions to provide employers and employees the customizable benefits they need. For more information about Maximus Rose, visit us online at www.maximusrose.com.
Physical activity, including athletics and organized sports, plays an important role in the lives and education of students. As well, it contributes to their positive health and well-being while also providing a source of enjoyment and entertainment. To enhance the opportunities for families to view their children engaging in athletic activity, the ADSB has partnered up with SiouxSports.com to stream secondary football, basketball, volleyball, and hockey games as a pilot for the 2022-2023 season. Head over to SiouxSports.com to see what games we are streaming next and to support and encourage your child's engagement in physical activity.
Welcome to the Around the North Sports Show, Monday, April 24th. How are you, Tony, Mike?
I'm doing great.
I'm awesome, man. Back talking sports, lots to talk about after the weekend, so looking forward to getting into it.
Oh, yeah.
Biggest thing we're going to talk about is the OHL draft, but I just want to touch base first on Sioux Thunderbirds. They won Game 3 against the Timmins Rock. Not a pretty win, but I guess when it comes to championships, it doesn't matter if it's pretty or not, don't you think?
No such thing as a pretty or not pretty win in the playoffs. It's a win.
Exactly. And tonight they're going for looking to make it 3-1 against Timmins at 7 o'clock at the John Rhodes. Next thing I'll touch base on, we'll let Michael talk about this. Black Sox and Escanaba. Michael, how'd you guys do?
You know what? We did pretty good this past weekend. We won both our games. We won 14-8 and 8-4. I pitched 3 innings in the second game, only allowed 1 hit, no earned runs. But you know what? A couple other guys on our team had really good performances this weekend. Cole Massey threw, I think, 2.5 innings without a hit. He might have allowed 1. Michael Starzomski had 3 singles in the second game. Jace Alpine had 2 singles in the first game. And our pitchers pitched pretty well for, both games combined. And even though the kids were a bit younger than us that we played, our team really played well. We ran the bases well. We hit well. pitched good. I think we only had 3 errors the whole time, and I made a diving catch. So you know what, the team showed up, and it was nice to take 2 wins. And looking forward to another doubleheader this Thursday in Gaylord.
Now, when it comes to weather, how is the weather down there? We got snow here right now, so how's the weather down there?
The weather was freezing. When I pitched, my arm hurt and I couldn't tell because it was so cold. Uh, and I played the full 7 innings the first game and 3 into the second game, so I couldn't have my sweater on for a good 2.5 hours. But you know what? It was worth it, even though it was like almost minus weather, like almost at 0. So, but you know what? It's nice to play in the cold sometimes.
Now,
Pretty
you
refreshing.
being a high school student, and Tony, you might be able to say more of this. High school soccer is supposed to start today in Sault Ste. Marie,
Yeah,
and we get an inch of snow. Is it going to happen?
Listen, I don't feel sorry
the
for
game was
them.
postponed.
It was postponed?
Yeah,
This
Chris
is the
posted it.
thing. We had a World Cup qualifying game. Was that in Winnipeg or Calgary this year when Canada was playing Mexico or
I think it was
Jamaica
Winnipeg, and they had to
and
push the
Winnipeg,
snow.
and there was piles of snow and it was minus 20. So, I mean, high school soccer, you're running around. I mean, I could see why they postponed it, but they'll get the season in. I'm not worried.
The thing is about at Spear Heights, they don't have a cleaning crew like the
That's right.
World Cup does, right?
Yeah, that's
So,
true. Yeah.
so next thing, Tony, we could probably be here for about 3 hours on this one. We're going to talk about the OHL draft this weekend. First thing I just want to say before we talk even about OHL draft, Michael Amadio scores a game winner for the Las Vegas Knights.
Ooh.
But Sault Ste. Marie, but what I'm getting there at, and you guys are going to talk national sports later, but I'm using Michael as an example. 7 kids drafted from Sault Ste. Marie this year.
Yeah.
Talking about the U15s saying 7 kids are going to go out of town to play to get more exposure. I'm using Michael Agmadio as an example. 2011, 2012, he played for Mike Hall here at the North Stars. Now he's playing in the NHL with over 296 games in the NHL right now. Doesn't mean you have to leave town, right? That's the first thing before we get OHL. Tony, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, it's a touchy subject for me, for sure. But again, there's lots that can happen, right? And I've got to be careful with what we say here. But it's nice that that they got the cards. But if these kids do want to go out of town, good for them. But there are things that they have to keep in mind. It's not as simple as saying I'm going out of town.
Yeah.
You can't just say I want to go out of town, right? There are situations that can prevent kids from still going out of town that can happen here in the Soo. Jay, I don't know how much you want to talk about that or if you want to say anything about that, but do you want to elaborate on that at all or just kind of leave it be for now?
I use what we've heard. We haven't got any comment back from Sue Major. We reached out to the NOHA to see can they hold a player back, or going to the US, they can hold players back. There's another situation, but they did get their cards. My biggest thing, and I'm going to upset a lot of people here. Do we have enough AAA caliber 40 kids to put 2 teams on the ice?
Not even close. And
it's not against the kids. It's just we don't have the caliber for our
I'll
size.
say this because this is going on through the rumor mill. So this is all rumors, and I'm going to say allegedly because this is, how the Soo works, right? People are talking about this, about what are they going to do, if the cards are withheld, those types of things. I've heard that parents are thinking about, or some parents have already signed over custody of their children to people in Southern Ontario. So signed over custody to people just so they could play hockey down there. Is that really where we're at?
And going back to
where we're at?
Going back to the Michael Mattios, Colin Millers,
Yeah.
We can go on and on who played here, and that's where prime example. 7 kids: Hudson Chidoroni to Sudbury, Devin McDonald Jones to Oshawa. Flint Firebirds loves the Sioux U18.
Yeah, 3 players.
Brendan Cook, Rylan Fallinger,
McGuire.
and Nathan McGuire. And then we got Camden O'Neill and Saginaw, and Declan Galvin going to North Bay. So it shows 7 kids in Sault Ste. Marie, 16 in Northern Ontario that got drafted in the OHL. So it shows that the talent is here. Doesn't mean grass isn't always greener on the other side.
100%. Hockey in this city has just, again, it's always been one of those things that just, I understand where it's coming from, but everyone thinks their kid's going to the show, and it's just, it just, people really need to, and again, like, it's all rumors, so I don't know what's true, what's not true, but I think people really need to start reevaluating some things if that's the level that we're going to, right?
Exactly. And one thing I want to touch base, and Michael, I didn't even bring this up with you, is you were going away next year to school.
Yep.
Whereabouts again?
Centennial College.
Centennial. You are possibly trying out for the team.
Yep.
Now, does that put more pressure on you as a player this year with the Black Sox to try to make that team in the fall?
Absolutely, because what I really have to see where I'm best at, like positions I'm best at, and I have to play really good there this year because I got to be sending the coach stats and letting him know how my season's going. So right now I think I'm 1 for 9 hitting, but I've hit the ball hard every time. But the coach can't see that, so it puts pressure to actually find those holes and get a hit. And if my average isn't good at the end of the year, I might have to go into college just as a pitcher only.
And Tony, we're going to change it a little bit. You and Scott McPherson are commentating or doing play-by-play for the SaberCats, and officially as of today, it's $6.99 a game for to watch it to SaberCats because we are streaming. $23.99 for the juniors and the varsity. How excited are you about the football coming back?
Oh, I'm so excited. I think it's going to be an outstanding season this year. Both teams are just loaded here in the Sioux, and a lot of high hopes and there's high expectations. So hopefully we can drum up some interest, and don't be afraid to register and sign in because it's going to be a great time. Scott's got quite the sense of humor on him, so we'll have a really good time, the two of us calling those games. I'm looking forward to it.
And the last thing, and before you guys can talk about your national stuff, is just give a little bit more plug about registration for Sioux Minor football there, Tony.
Yeah, so Sioux Minor football. Obviously our league, 8 and up, but if we do have some 7-year-olds that play in our league, the parents have to sign off on it. Football, it's one of those sports that I just love, right? And you hear all the talk about concussions and those types of things, and head injuries. Anyone who's ever been to a Sioux Minor football game, it's not, kids aren't running at each other, head down, like smoking each other, and that doesn't happen in the lower divisions, right? It's really fun. It's a great day. Games are on Sunday evening, so you can enjoy your weekends out at camp. There's nothing to worry about there. Season's over by the long weekend in August. And the nice thing about football is anyone can play, as you guys know, right? Doesn't matter if you're a bigger kid, if you're a tiny kid, there's a position for everybody. So go to our website, check it out. We have camps coming up at the beginning of May 6th, 7th, 8th, I believe, are our camps at the West End Community Center. If you just want to come and check it out and try it, come try it. And if you like it, we can register you there.
Thank you, Tony. And we'll be back in about a minute and a half, 2 minutes with Michael and Tony talking national sports.
This kitchen, open concept, complete with a modern art gallery, and the master bath, masterpiece. A home gym! Smells looking good, Steve. But the only problem,
Who are you?
I don't live here because a real estate agent never showed us this place.
Maximus Rose is a third-party brokerage that goes beyond coordinating benefits with insurance companies. We're an extension of your HR team. Maximus Rose provides consulting services and handles employee benefits on behalf of companies of all sizes. We provide a sustainable benefits program while utilizing our partnerships with leading companies in benefits solutions to provide employers and employees the customizable benefits they need. For more information about Maximus Rose, visit us online at www.maximusrose.com.
Physical activity, including athletics and organized sports, plays an important role in the lives and education of students. As well, it contributes to their positive health and well-being while also providing a source of enjoyment and entertainment. To enhance the opportunities for families to view their children engaging in athletic activity, the ADSB has partnered up with SiouxSports.com to stream secondary football, basketball, volleyball, and hockey games as a pilot for the 2022-2023 season. Head over to SiouxSports.com to see what games we are streaming next and to support and encourage your child's engagement in physical activity.
All right.
We are back. One thing we didn't talk about in local sports, we're going to start calling this Bono's rant. Tony will we'll let you go on with this one and go ahead.
All right, the Sioux Greyhounds had their draft this weekend, and by all accounts, there were 3 studs that we talked about going into this draft, right? And the Greyhounds actually got the guy. They didn't, there was 2 guys I really wanted, both the forwards, but they ended up with Brady Martin, an absolute stud. I cannot wait to watch this kid. He grew up in a Mennonite community. For those of you that don't know, he
Wow.
grew up on a farm. This kid wakes up every morning at 4 a.m. He's in the barn working out. He's an absolute tank. I cannot wait to watch this kid. I think he's going to actually contribute next year, and he's going to be a fan favorite in this city for years. I love the pick. Now, that being said, what have we talked about plenty of times on this show is, it seems like when the Greyhounds are in a draft room, they almost feel like they're the smartest guys in the room in a lot of sense, right? They almost feel like they know things that other teams don't. And their second round pick, Travis Hayes, really good kid, not a bad hockey player at all. But according to Elite Prospects, he wasn't even on their top 60 list of prospects.
Yikes.
Right?
And what
So-
what pick in the second
And he was
round did the
picked in
Greyhounds have?
the third pick, I believe, of the second.
So that's
round.
pick like what, 30
He
something?
has 2 brothers in the league who are absolute studs. His 2 brothers are unbelievable. One plays for Flint, and the other one plays for, I believe, the Bulldogs. I can't remember, Barry maybe. But great family. Comes from a hockey blood. He had 8 points in 15 games. There were some players still on that list. I felt like they could have taken there as well. But Travis Hayes, one of those picks that he's going to have his work cut out for him here, but he can skate, he can shoot. Kind of looking forward to what he could do as well. One pick, though, that I'm just dying to see is he's a defenseman from the Detroit Victory Honda U15s. His name's Chase Reed. He's a right defenseman, right shot D-man. This is one of those kids who I think down the road can be an absolute stud for this team if he makes it. And I cannot wait for the rookie camp, which is coming up next week. So if anyone's around, if you're looking for some hockey because you're kind of, lost out on hockey, go check out this skills camp that's coming up. It is going to be unbelievable in a couple of weeks, and the competition is going to be through the roof. So overall, knowing the kids, knowing this draft team, I give them a B+ for the draft. Again, there were some players that they passed on who I really liked that were still available in the
Not a lot of height though.
second, fourth, and fifth round. But though they never have a lot of height though, right? They like the smaller teams. But again, Brady Martin, A++ pick. Can't wait to watch this kid. Get excited, Sault Ste. Marie, because this kid is going to be unbelievable here.
Now, one thing before you guys talk national sports when it comes to the Greyhounds, and I'm going by social media, is a lot of people in Sault Ste. Marie, Greyhounds didn't pick a local kid. Your
Yeah.
thoughts, Tony?
So, great question. I always had the same argument, right? I always agreed with you. Why doesn't the Greyhounds take more Sioux kids, right? Then you talk to people inside the organization, and they raise some really good points. Think about how hard it is for Sioux kids to play in this.
That's my biggest thing.
They are criticized.
Connor Toms will use.
Yeah, they're criticized. When Tyler Kennedy played here, my goodness, the kid was just dragged through the coals all the time. People seem to forget what it was like when they were here, right? Yeah, they see the after effect. Oh, they're playing in the NHL. They're doing really well now. Yeah, or they did play in the NHL. They won Stanley Cups. Yeah, but you think about what you were like when they played in the Sioux, right? They were awful to them. So, again, it's one of those things where I understand where the Greyhounds are coming from in that end. But again, I would like to see them pick 1 or 2. That's just the other side of the argument, right?
And really,
it makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
The latest one was probably Austin Fallinger, right?
Oh, 100%. Absolutely. Fallinger. And then, you look back at how they just treated everybody, right? Like, I think Michael Quinnell was probably the one that was treated the best when he played here. But other than that, you look and they were just highly, highly criticized. I mean, Connor Toms, that poor kid.
The pressure on him right now.
He's getting, you talk to people and that kid is getting,
He'd be better.
He's getting a lot of critiques, we'll say, by different people around town that are grossly unfair. So
No,
I agree.
If you were Kyle Raftis, Tony,
Yeah.
would you trade him to try to put a little bit less pressure on him somewhere else?
I like Connor Toms, so I don't necessarily want to see him go. But to your point, it might be good for him to go. Like it might be good for him to go try something else and kind of get a change of scenery. I think that the Sioux needs him next year, but again, you have to do right by the kid, and some of the